Hey Joe, how you doing?
Mate, I'm okay. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, man? How was Northern Ireland?
Oh mate, it was beautiful, man. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things. You know, obviously just been like cooped up in a studio. Well, even in the UK, not being able to get out much. And that was just, for me, it's just like a mindset journey, dude. Really needed, like, I felt so clouded and clogged up. And just went on a nice, you know, did some nice driving, shooting a bit of content as well. It was great, man. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I need that. I need that as well.
Dude, yeah, I recommend it. It's really, really good crack. Really good crack. Yeah, man. How's your week
Very
been?
nice. Yeah, it's been all right, to be honest. I mean, it's been very hot, so that's been nice. Although yesterday was a little bit... It got to that point for the first time in ages where it's been too hot, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
dying.
what was it yesterday?
But, yeah, enjoying it.
What was it, like 33?
Oh, mate, yeah, something like that. It was ridiculous.
It's insane.
Insane, dude.
It
was mad. It was like, it felt like another country, pretty much. It felt like a tropical country.
Yeah, the thing is though, over here, like when it's summer and hot, there's no air, there's no breeze. It's just like so humid, isn't it?
So true, so true.
But all right, dude. So this week, I think this week is gonna be. I think it's one of the most quiet we've had in a while, right? You know, not been too crazy as such, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we had that bit of risk off in the middle of the week. And then, yeah, I guess you're right, because like one of the most exciting parts of the week was RBNZ, which we don't usually say is the most exciting part of the week. So yeah, that's been a bit quiet, definitely.
I think like what was interesting at the very start of this week, like, so what happened on Sunday, the markets actually gapped to the downside, a weakness in riskier FX, and then we just started rallying sort of Monday, Tuesday in the riskier FX, like Euro, AUD, everything other than dollar. Dollar's getting slammed, right? It was getting a beating, and I think what really was the trigger? Like, why was dollar just getting slammed like initially at the start of the week? I can't really recall. Was it was like PMI data and stuff, wasn't it?
It was partly European events, like you said, good PMI data, which meant that euro strengthened sort of at the expense of dollar. I think it was also a bit of at the start of the week, I don't know if the mentality of traders shifted in the middle of the week, but at the start of the week, people were definitely saying that the second wave of coronavirus cases in the US, they were saying, oh, this is causing dollar weakness. But in the second half of the week, everybody kind of stopped looking at it like that. So maybe like the mentality of the market kind of shifted.
It's true.
But certainly in the first half of the week, I think that was weighing as well.
Yeah, because one thing I was saying to a few guys, and I tweeted as well, just like, right now, like all of the markets, the markets, it's actually quite frustrating at times. The markets are being very narrow-minded initially. Like they were just like, okay, this data right now is good. All right, even though it was a given. It was a given that we were going to bounce back, of course. Lockdowns ease, of course. Activity's going to pick up. They were just thinking about right now, not even considering all of the risks that are stacked up, like geopolitically and with the potential second wave now, these cases still rising. You know, this data now is great. Yeah, it's good now, but it could be redundant, completely redundant when, you know, if the second wave picks up, you know, there'd just be a contraction again in economic activity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, agree so much. I mean, we were writing blogs about this earlier in the week. Like, May NFP data in the US was great, but there's this massive second wave happening in the south of the US, in Texas, California, and, you know, Florida. How is the data going to look like in June and in July because of this second wave? It might start to get worse again.
Exactly.
So,
that's it.
That's I know what you mean.
So... But yeah, I mean, yeah, markets were initially running with that. I think we started to see a change. You know, we've seen a bit of a pickup the last sort of 2-3 sessions now for the dollar. You know, seeing some upside now. And I think maybe the markets is starting to make sense now. They're sinking in. Okay, damn, things are really spreading here. So, yeah, it's picking up.
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah, I think I was reading this, like, the second wave signs across, like, 27 states. I was reading today.
Yeah.
In the Guardian,
dude, it's not good.
No,
it's really looking bad. Like I think last night, Houston, capital of Texas, I think, isn't it? They have completely maxed out their intensive care unit capacity, which is I mean, it's really sad, but it's a sign of things to come, I think, for a lot of these places where the cases are shooting up really rapidly. It is really sad because obviously, like, there's going to be a rise in deaths now as well.
I know.
Which is lagging this rise in cases.
Crazy. And like, look, the thing is, realistically, you know, I was speaking to a few other guys as well, just getting their opinion. Like, man, they're not going to. You know how difficult it will be putting people back into lockdown. You know, they're really going to do that.
I know.
It's such a tricky one, dude. Like, I find it so tricky because, say, for example, yeah, all right, they don't go into lockdown again, but then, obviously, more and more people getting sick, those cases are rising, activity or output generally, like efficiency from, like, companies and stuff, is going to go down anyway if all these people are getting sick and stuff.
Yeah.
So, there's going to be a contraction in the economy anyway. So, it's like, you know, man, you can't go...
I know. All those hopes of a recovery are pretty much dying because even if they don't do lockdown, like you say, people are going to be sick, so there's people going to be taking time off because of that, or to look after family or whatever.
Yeah.
But also just fear. People are going to be getting more and more fearful of the virus. They're not going to want to go out and spend. They're not going to want to go to work. Like, they're not going to want to... Like, if your bar's open and you're a waiter, but you're... in the at-risk group, maybe you had cancer when you were a kid or something, you're not going to want to go to work, are you? It's like, it's
exactly,
yeah, definitely contributed to that shift of tone, didn't it?
What's that, lad?
Oh no, I was just saying, like you said, it definitely contributed to that shift of tone
massively
in the middle of the week.
Huge contributor. What else have we had going on this week? Let's talk about let's go on the RBNZ. You said that was a highlight, wasn't it? NZD was slammed.
Yeah.
I found it quite... Yeah, I'm not surprised because, you know, they've got a history. The RBNZ and the RBA have got a history of trying to talk down their currency. And I'm surprised the RBA didn't do it. Was it last week? They had their rate decision? Wasn't it? RBA last week?
When was the last RBA? That's a good question. I think it might have been like 2 weeks ago.
But anyway...
let's go with last week.
Yeah, you know... Oh, do you know, it might not have been last week. That was it. We had RBA's low earlier this week. And he said...
That's it.
He said he's basically, they're not bothered by the rise in the recent strength in AUD right now. And that helped AUD pop some sort of 60, 70 pips or so it was. Yeah. That's really interesting. And like you say, it's a really interesting contrast between the RBA and the RBNZ at the moment because usually neither of them like it when their currencies strengthen. But like you said, Governor Lowe says he doesn't mind, but the RBNZ... they definitely have shown their true colours that they wanted to weaken NZD earlier on the week. It's true.
Because going into the meeting, it was like the macroeconomic backdrop in New Zealand is actually looking pretty good compared to what it was at the last meeting because they've got like no coronavirus cases, the economy's reopened, data's been coming out better than expected. And as a result of that, NZD is strengthened. But then the RBNZ obviously looked at the stronger NZD and were like, nope, we're gonna push that one down.
Yeah, exactly, because it hurts their exports. You know, it hurts their exports. You know, for anyone that doesn't understand, obviously, at the end of the day, if your currency's stronger, it's going to cost. You know, people that you want to do business with overseas, it's going to cost them more money to do, and then they'd be less inclined to want to do business with your country. So that's, you know, for anyone that doesn't really get that. So yeah, that was a big highlight. So what have they left the door open to more action then? Like, what's the crack?
Yeah, they have. They have. That was their way of weakening NZD was one saying it was too strong, but also saying we're still ready to do more. So that could be more QE. It could be negative rates won't come until next year if they do come, but that would be next year. And they've also threatened basically FX intervention. They've said they'll buy foreign assets, and to do that you need to sell NZD to then buy foreign assets. Yeah. So it's basically another way of weakening NZD.
Oh, interesting. Okay, dovish there. And then I think the last thing really that you mentioned was the EU and US trade wars. What's the crack there? What's going on?
Dude. Well, actually, we probably should have. We were talking about the shift in tone during this week. This contributed to it, didn't it?
Yes.
Big contributor.
Yeah, you're right.
So
go on. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to summarise what happened. So, like, basically, it was Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yes.
The US trade representative, their office, they released some paper or something, basically threatening more tariffs on $3.1 billion worth of EU UK imports to the US. Basically, so it just looks like the US are threatening to do more protectionism, escalate the trade war even further, which obviously markets don't like that.
No, they don't.
So yeah, that bit of risk off on that.
Yeah, there you go. It's just another thing added to the ever growing list of uncertainty at the moment. Something to further dampen risk sentiment. And look, you got to think. Like talking about trade wars. Actually, you see, US and China, man, they're in tatters. Let's go. Actually, let's quickly talk about this. What a blunder was that the other night on a Tuesday or whenever it was. Navarro's comments.
Oh,
what on earth happened there? Man,
God. Well, as in, he's always been a China hawk though. Like he's always been very anti-China. I think he must have said that, and then Trump would have seen the market tank, and then Trump would have had words with him and said, "Oi, we need to pump the market back up again."
I know, but the fact those words, like he said, like it's over. Like it's over. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
dude, maybe it was like a what do they call it? A Freudian slip where you accidentally say the truth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if it it looks like it, right? Something's happened anyway. Yeah. And Trump's just like, oh crap. Yeah, obviously seen what's happened to the markets. The markets anyway. Like the Nasdaq was like at record highs again.
Yeah, dude, so crazy, isn't it?
Oblivious to reality, completely oblivious.
Yeah, literally. That's what you get when you just have rates at like nothing and unlimited QE, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Nasdaq at all-time highs in the middle of a pandemic.
Exactly.
Mad.
It's insane, man. Insane. But what's the crack next week? Is there sort of much coming out? Yeah.
Yes, from US data wise, we've got NFP. It's on Thursday because it's usually on Friday, but it's on Thursday because Friday is a US holiday for Independence Day. So it's NFP week. Other than that, not really much going on, to be honest. But that should be a decent driver of sentiment.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it will be nice. Okay, yeah, fine. Juicy week big week for the dollar then again. Let's see if it can carry on staging its rebound. But yeah, man. Apart from that, dude, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah? I
think so too. Nice one.
Nice, dude. Well, not as crazy as it usually is, but still a few talking points. Hopefully next week gets a bit more sexy and it's a bit more wild. Yeah.
I think it will be.
Yeah. Look, one last thing actually. Let's just round it off. What do you reckon in terms of sort of do you reckon this theme in terms of the risk off trading's here to stay for a little bit?
Yes. I don't know if that means like big losses for risk assets, but I can't really see risk assets like AED, NZD or even stocks testing their recent highs next week, just because of second wave concerns, trade war concerns could be there. And I think those two things combined could weigh on risk assets.
Definitely. Nice, dude. Yeah, agreed. Same. All right. Other than that, that's a nice one, bro. Let's get it.